YouTube, good morning. Doug here. That's what I got. 2018 Chevy Equinox. Got the head unit in. Got my little switch panel in here. I started with just by putting the radio in, and then I was like, fuck it. Let's go all in, tear it up. So, radio's in, switch panel. Got my voltmeter here. I got my mids controller here. That's my volume knob for my mids. It's my volume knob for my sub. Of course, USB. I got my on and off switch. That's probably gonna be for all my lights that I'm gonna put inside. And then of course, the 3 different types of USB ports for charging. So figure I'd make a whole little panel there. This is probably the material I'm gonna go with. Probably I'm gonna end up covering this in this same material here, the diamond stitching. This is already pre-stitched, so I didn't have to stitch anything. It's already pre-stitched, so it's basically just gluing it on and wrapping it around. So I'm gonna probably do that up here too. Let me just show you that it works. Pioneer, everything works. I got the relay in there for this, so the relay's in for that. As you can see, it works. Got sound. I'm gonna leave the radio still hooked up in the doors because I'm gonna use that for my 4-inch mid-range tweeters that I'm gonna add in here. So as you can see, steering wheel control works. Got that working. So I got the antenna. I extended the antenna from over there. Got my extension. I plugged it in. So it works. So whatever. It's fine. I wasn't going to worry about it, but I was like, fuck it. I already ordered the 6-inch extension. Why not? So yeah, that's it. It's all in, man. So the radio's in. Got a couple wires going on here. So this is what happened here. I decided to do all of this after the fact of putting the radio in. So let me show you guys what I got going on here, man. Y'all ready? Yep, I did it. Building a wall. Don't ask me why. I just said, fuck it, let me do it. So, building a wall here. And as you can see, I got 3 runs of 0 gauge wire here. OFC. 3 runs though, inside the car, through the boot. And everybody was saying that it was hard to get through on some of the videos. It's very easy. You just pull the whole thing out. Just slice the hole in it and put your wire in it. I mean, it's not hard at all. I thought it was gonna be harder looking at the videos, but it's not. But yeah, guys, look at that. Let me walk around, show you guys this. See if I can get a better picture here. See? It's not bad. So 412s, I wanted to maximize the space. I wanted to use less speakers. I wanted to tune my port to the speakers, minus, couple fine tuning from myself because I know how I want my music to sound. So that's how I end up tuning the port. You're looking at it's right at 37, just on the speakers that I'm using. So it can go up to 30, go from 37, and it can go up to like 42 or something like that. So, but it's going to end up playing all ranges. It's just going to be optimized at that particular tuning. But yeah, so this is what I'm going with, man. I'm gonna end up wrapping the wall in the same material. I had to leave a little seat back here so we could put the groceries and stuff, because wifey was like, how we gonna go grocery shopping in your car? I was like, no, I'm gonna leave the seats in there. So I left that in there, and more than likely I'm going to build something here to go around it, so somebody can kind of sit back here and it won't touch the speaker. So I'm gonna make something where I can probably just fold it up underneath there, and then when I need it, I can just lift it up and it'll stop like right here. So I'm gonna probably put some hinges on here and have it just sitting up here, put some blocks up here or something. I'll see how I'm gonna do it. I'm not 100% sure yet. I wasn't even supposed to be doing this, but I ordered the wood and was like, fuck it, let's do it. So, and the headliner, I'm probably gonna end up taking most of it down, and just, I'm not gonna put no wood or anything up there, because I'm not gonna do a competition car, but I do want it to be sound deadening up here, which is pretty good now, but I'm just gonna put some sound sheets up there, man, and probably call that a day. And then in the back here, as you can see, yep. So the amp rack is gonna go here. I'm gonna have two little displays on either side. And then I'm gonna have just some tins for mids and some tweeters, just for a little minor stunt wall when me and wifey goes to the beach. But this whole thing here is gonna come off because there's stuff behind here. So, but this whole little beauty panel, because I just don't like doing things just to do it and then it looks raggedy. You know, I like for it to sound good and also look good. That way when you do open it up, you know, you get thumbs up and it's done correctly. But all the batteries is gonna go here. I'm not doing any lithium batteries. I'm gonna do all AGM batteries. I'm gonna go back old school with the red tops. My alternator is gonna be upgraded to 350 amps. That's already in the works. Big 3, big 4 upgrade. Just depends on how extravagant I want to get underneath the hood. I'm just gonna go with one single amp for the 412s. Probably gonna go down to 1.33 ohm load. Probably gonna do no more than a 7K, because like I said, I'm not trying to do all of that. I do want it to sound good, which is gonna sound good, but I just want less equipment as possible, and that's my goal here, is to kind of go back old school a little bit. I'm not using no DSP processors. I'm not doing any of that. Any bass blocker I need is going to be actually on the tweeter or on the speaker. And of course I'm going to tune my amp correctly. So I'm going to let the radio do its job like we used to do back in the day. I'm not going to do all this extra processing. I'm going to tune my amps to what the speaker needs, and that's it. And of course I got my volume knob for my subs, but I also have the volume knob for my mid bass, because I'm gonna have mid bass and I'm also gonna have mid ranges. So I wanted to be able to separate the two, and I want to be able to turn the mid bass up and down how I want it to be, because sometimes the mid bass can overpower the mid range, is maybe sound muffled. So depending on the song, I'll be able to turn the mid bass up and down. Or if wifey's in the car, she don't want to hear the bass, then I can go ahead and just turn my mid bass up so it's still punchy inside, so you still get the feel of the music without the actual subs being on. So that's my goal. That's my goal here. But yeah, batteries going in here, amp rack's gonna go up to here. So like I said, I'm gonna have two little displays. for probably just wires and stuff, so you can kind of see distribution block and stuff in there, and probably do some type of Rick and Morty something in there. We'll see. Um, but yeah, so that's what I got going on, and then I'm gonna tackle these doors, but I'm not gonna tackle the doors until I actually get done with this wall the way I want it. Seal it up. As you can see, I got it sealed all the way around, so pretty nice and good. Still got to run speaker wires and stuff in here, so I'm gonna leave this side open because you never want to run your power wire and speaker wires on the same side. So even if it's coming from this door, that's why it's important to go with a thicker size wire. If you're running it from the back and you want to run it all the way around, then go ahead and use the right proper size gauge wire because of the run. But you're also going to try to bypass the power wire. So more than likely with the doors, with this side, I'll be going up and over and around, so it doesn't ever come across the power wire. So I'll be going up on both sides and then over, back down and around. So this side in the back, or this side will be a bigger gauge wire, or I can use all the same wire, but either way, just use heavy gauge wire depending on your run, because the shorter the run, you don't need that heavy of a gauge wire. So, but the longer the run, you need more of a heavier gauge wire. So on this side, I can go 8 gauge. On this side, I can go 10 gauge. And that should compensate it perfectly by the time it reaches the amps. But the doors, I'm going to probably do just 2 or 3 12s in the back, 2 or 3 in the front. It just depends. I'm not even really in the mind frame of that quite yet. I do know I'm doing something to the doors, but my main goal is this: get the wire, the alternators done. Just one. Get all the wires ran and the box done and everything back here done. Get the batteries in. And I'm not gonna put any equipment in here quite yet. I'm gonna get everything built first. So I'm gonna do all the modifications and the building and all the woodwork and fiberglass work. I'm gonna do that first, and then I'll start plugging holes and everything. But I do already know what brands I'm gonna use, and I'm not using anything that I'm an underdog guy. I like underdog speakers. I like underdog equipment. But most of the stuff that I call underdog is because I already tested it and I know it to work. So I'm going to use fairly simple equipment that I'm used to and that I know that works well. But it also doesn't break the bank. And I'm not trying to move a whole bunch of air and all this other stuff. I'm literally just trying to have a nice sound for me and the wife. You want me go to the beach or maybe go to a car show, and it just sounds good and looks good. It's pleasant to the eye, and you know, it's just gonna look good. But it's gonna be good, man. This is gonna be nice. I'm gonna end up I'm gonna leave these up here because I'm gonna pad it. But if I ever wanted to take the box out, I want to be able to take these screws. I want to be able to take this box out. That's why everything is this is a whole face. This is part of this. This is part of this. So this whole face can come off, and then the box can slide out. It can't slide out this way because the box go in from the back. But I'll end up sending some pictures or videos on how I built it and everything. And also there's a lot of videos on how to paint MDF wood. Man, listen, y'all. Just use household paint. You use high household paint. You don't need to use it from a spray can and none of that, because the wood is gonna eat it up. Use high house drywall paint, and it's gonna cover the shit up like you wouldn't believe it. And believe it or not, that's only one coat. That's just one coat. I had a little thing I had to shave up here, so that's why you see that. But I'm gonna repaint this, but I wanted to paint it before I actually put it in the car, so the majority of the paint is there. I just got to go and do a clean, you know, top coat on it, so that way it looks nice. But I'm not gonna do that until I'm actually finished with all of this. But yeah, so that's where we at. 2018 Chevy Equinox LT. Just one day at a time, man. That's it. So y'all let me know what you think. If not, give a thumbs up. Subscribe if you will, please. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers so I can get paid off of YouTube, please. All right, but yeah, that's where we at. Thank you guys. Later.